The only two personality types who share introverted intuition as their most dominant function, the INFJ and the INTJ, are known for their powerful intuitive insights and accurately depicted projections of future outcomes. The question is, how are these INJ types able to strengthen their natural gifts using intuition hacks? Welcome back, Cycles. Today, we're going to present 5 intuition hacks for the INFJ and INTJ personality types. But before we get into it, have you liked and subscribed to our channel? Go ahead, we'll wait for you. Be sure to click the notification bell while you're there so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get right into it, starting with number 1. Use solitude wisely. When it comes to spending time in solitude, you don't have to ask an INFJ or INTJ twice. However, instead of spending this time escaping their ever-going analytical minds through social media or ruminating about certain scenarios, these introverted intuitive types can find great benefit in simply allowing their minds to wander without getting too fixated on one topic or activity. A great intuition strengthening exercise is to brain dump, starting by simply turning off any sensory information such as music, harsh lighting, and surrounding distractions, and then letting their mind drift into the abyss, without any real purpose or direction. They can begin writing down any insightful thoughts, symbols, or images that come to mind, in any sequence that feels right. The results, well, sometimes they can make little sense, even to these pattern-finding types. Yet, other times this process can piece together complete epiphanies that these intuitive types ironically knew all along. Number 2. Practice perspective shifting. Another amazing intuitive hacking exercise that greatly results in INJ types is the concept of perspective shifting. In fact, both INFJ and INTJ are able to actively notice the perspectives of others quite naturally, because of their understanding of human behavior. Yet actively perspective shifting can strengthen this intuitive gift to be able to pick up accurate insights without all the unnecessary processing. To do this, start by thinking of a person you know and begin imagining all the different ways people may view them. For example, people may see a considerably serious individual as snarky, rude, reserved, emotionless, and so on. And now change their perspective to that of the individual. Question where they may be emotionally, what changes they're facing, what their home life is like, and so forth. Eventually, once there's a good idea of who this person really is and why they behave in a certain manner, it's easier to point these traits out to other people, ultimately giving this introverted intuition a greater insight into the patterns that lead to predictions, aka intuitive insights. Number 3. Follow your curiosity. Intuitive hunches can come in all forms, whether it's physical reactions like butterflies in your stomach or mental reactions such as an overly persistent thought or curiosity. These intuitive types know not to ignore these feelings when they make their presence. But sometimes it's easier said than done, especially when their nagging callings are difficult to fit into normal day-to-day life of playing human. Yet, these deep curiosities are actually their introverted intuition at hand, ready for more information to decipher and make sense of. It's almost as if the intuition of these types can see the next steps before their conscious brains process why or how it will all play out. The only important thing is to follow it without hesitation. Of course, all to a certain degree. At least make sure it's intuition talking before any dramatic steps. Yet, when done properly, these intuitive hunches can prove themselves to ultimately show these types just how far they can be guided, if they just hand over the wheel to their dominant function. Number 4. Document all significant insights. The INJ introverted intuition is intrinsically tied to the deep unconscious, and as a result, many NI types have seemingly random insights that can happen quite literally out of the blue. Yet, aside from random insights and visions, people with the INFJ and INTJ personality types are also known to have very vivid and symbolic dreams, especially in times of looking for deep insights and pertaining to certain situations and areas of life. These intuitive types can often look to their dreams to gain a deeper insight. The only trick is, often enough, these flashes of insights don't make themselves apparent in just one dream. It actually takes a series of dreams in order to analyze the patterns and similarities of what is unfolding in the unconscious mind, and so dream journals become a very effective tool at learning to deeper understand these natural callings that may not make so much sense on their own. When documenting dreams, it's important to write them down first thing after waking, with as much detail as possible. These creative types can use words, images, and symbols, no matter how bizarre it may look, and then let your pattern collecting skills run wild. You'll be surprised at what you can find. And number 5, avoid keeping all intuitive callings to yourself. With excellent pattern analyzing gifts, the INFJ and INTJ personality types are known to not only be able to predict accurate future outcomes for themselves, but also for other people. Unfortunately, both these introverted types tend to keep the majority of their intuitive callings to themselves in hopes of not being misunderstood. Yet, what they don't realize is that letting people in on their awareness can actually strengthen it over time. People love knowing more about their potential future, and for these intuitive types to be able to accurately project certain possibilities, it would be a shame for them not to share these insights with others. Of course, some people may not be so open to the idea of these seemingly taboo insights, and sometimes these callings are entirely positive or optimistic. But these introverted types would be surprised to know how many people really do appreciate this unexplainable function, if they were to just open up about it. Well, that's it for today, Psychos. So, are you an INFJ or INTJ personality type? If so, comment down below your favorite intuition hack. Also, don't forget to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more Psycho videos.